Let's head over to our film study, folks. We're going to hit one today. We'll focus on the AFC Championship today, watching the Bengals at the Chiefs here, and we're just keying in on this Bengals defense, folks. They absolutely got it done. The fact that you can hold the Chiefs to only 3 points in the second half, that's big time, folks, and they did it twice, once at home, once on the road, once in the regular season, once in the biggest game, the second biggest game that there is, the AFC Championship game. There's only one game bigger, the Super Bowl, and they're gonna, they can't face the Chiefs, but they can maybe potentially hold Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford to only 3 points in the second half. And if they do that, they're going to win the Super Bowl. So we're going to watch the Bengals defense here, break it down. How were they locking up the Chiefs? Were they locking up the Chiefs, or were the Chiefs just not making the plays? How was this Bengals defense looking? How did this Bengals defense get scored upon the first 3 drives? So we'll look how they got scored on, and then we'll see what changed in the second half. What did they switch up? What did they do different? So we'll look at and try to figure it all out to see, should we be betting on this Bengals team heading into the Super Bowl? And I also want to touch on the line today. Should we look at the line now? Let's look at what the line is right now. Let's predict it very quickly here. We get, SoFi Stadium. It is going to be in LA, so the Rams are the home team, but they're not officially the home team, so it's actually Rams at Bengals at Rams. I mean, that's what it is. So it's Rams at Bengals at Rams. I'm sure we're still getting the 3-point standard, so Rams -3 right off the rip, just because they are at home for the Super Bowl. The crowd is not going to be all LA Rams fans. We know that by what the 49ers have been doing. And you got to have $6,000 just to get in, so it may just all be LA people. Does any Bengals fan have $6,000 on them to go just for the ticket, let alone the cost to get there and all that? I don't know. But they may have been saving up. I mean, you had nothing to go to in the postseason for the last 20 years with Andy Dalton. So maybe all the Bengals fans have just been saving up money for this moment to afford the $6,000 cheapest seat that there is at the Super Bowl. So I would definitely expect, some Bengals fans there, absolutely. So we get, we're going to kind of play it at Rams -3 just off the baseline right here. We get the Rams defense very, very good, and we're going to watch it again here today. Joe Burrow, cool, calm, collected, clutch, all of that. Running game is fantastic. Rams have a good defense as well. I mean, defense wins championships, and that's where we went a little bit wrong here. Betting at the end of the season, betting in the playoffs, we forgot to factor in that defense wins championships, folks. Kansas City are a great offense, we know this, but what beat them? A great defense overall. The Bengals and the Bills, we thought they were the good defense, but they weren't. Number 1 defense in the league, but then they cough it up at the end. That was not a real legitimate defense. The Bengals held the Chiefs to only 3 points in the second half. If the Bills did that, they're in this AFC Championship game. And then for the Rams, defense not allowing the 49ers to really do anything all game. And then that game-winning turnover. Defense wins championships here in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. So we got this Bengals defense, absolutely fantastic. We get this Rams defense, absolutely fantastic. So really going to be close all around, folks. And that's why I'm just going to keep it at Rams -3 just because of the home field. I think both these teams are really kind of the same. Great offenses that can perform under pressure, that can make the big time throw. One veteran, one kind of, second year player, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford. But the defenses are truly what's keeping these teams going and getting and winning down the stretch here and are now playing in the Super Bowl because of the defenses. So we're going to predict the line at Rams -3 here. Let's get our first look at the line here before everybody starts betting on it. Has anybody bet on this game already? I would definitely wait until next week. There's no rush here. So we're predicting the line at Rams -3, and it's Rams -4.5. Wow. So right off the rip, I'm loving the Bengals +4.5 here. We've seen all these games come right down to the wire. Literally every single playoff game. Was there maybe one blowout here? And that was the Patriots blew out the Eagles. But for the most part, all these games have been close for just that alone. And once again, NFL, are they fixing these games lines, making them close, NFL betting, partnership, all of that. You don't think the Super Bowl would be the closest game that there is, the most entertaining, wild end of the game here? So I think just right off the rip, I am loving the Bengals plus 4.5 here. We'll see how this line changes throughout the next week and a half, where it ends up, when to buy, when to sell. Buy, bet it now. If it goes up to 5, bet it now. If it goes up to 6, oh my goodness, if it keeps going down, maybe wait a little bit for it to go back up or secure the value. So we'll track this value here. Waited long enough to talk about it, but yeah, definitely want to get a nice baseline here to see how this line moves and where the money's going and how the money's going and what day the money kind of goes on it and how it shifts compared to all that. So Bengals plus 4.5, Rams minus 4.5. I think I'm loving the plus 4.5, right? Oh, man. I love it. I truly think I love that. We're not locking in any pick yet. We'll save that for next week, but Rams plus 4.5, folks. I don't know if we're getting any better value than that. I don't know if that ever goes up, but we'll see how this line fluctuates. All right, now let's go to the actual Bengals at Chiefs game here and watch this Bengals defense lock it up. But first, let's get a nice baseline here. Let's watch these touchdown scores. They did come in the red zone. The first one came first and goal from the 10-yard line. The second one came from the Cincinnati Bengals 5-yard line on 3rd and 2. And then the last one came on first and goal from the 3-yard line. So we know this Bengals defense can lock up in the red zone, and they definitely did. They definitely have, in the previous games. We saw it against kind of the Titans approaching the red zone. We saw it against the Raiders, absolutely. The Chiefs weren't able to get into the red zone in the second half of the game here. But let's see let's get a baseline of how they were kind of getting scored on and see what adjustments they made in the second half, because holding the Chiefs to only 3 points in a half, folks, that is one of the biggest accomplishments you could do in all of football. So let's take the first touchdown. Here we go. We get first and goal from the 10-yard line. We get Patrick Mahomes under center. We get 2 safeties for the Bengals. We get Patrick Mahomes plenty of time to throw. Bengals defense, everything rolling out to the right here, and Patrick Mahomes throws an absolute money ball back corner of the end zone to, who was that, Tyreek Hill, who opened up the scoring right there. Absolutely fantastic. So Bengals defense, they covered, but at the very last minute, because of Patrick Mahomes' escapability and buyability in the pocket, buying all the time, they just waited a little bit too long, and this was good. But you get Tyreek Hill running full speed back of the end zone. That's the toughest thing to guard. So just Tyreek Hill outrunning the defense that played really good lockup defense for about 5 seconds until Patrick Mahomes rolled out of the pocket and found Tyreek Hill in the back of the end zone. So that was touchdown number 1, folks. Defense held, but time beats all. Time beats all defense. Alrighty, here we go. Touchdown number 2. We get 3rd and goal. Actually, let's go back to the first and goal, because, locking up 4 straight downs in the red zone, that's the toughest thing. Getting, a stop here, any team can do that, but able to lock up 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, forcing a 4th down decision to kick the field goal or to, risk it for the biscuit, which the Chiefs did a little bit later at the end of the first half, and we'll watch that as well. But here we go. We get the Bengals at 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. They get 2 stops, but let up the 3rd down touchdown. Let's see how this all plays out. So here we go. In the red zone here, Chiefs just kind of got rid of it quickly here, but this Bengals defense keeping Tyreek Hill in front of them, not letting them run all behind them like we saw in that first touchdown. This defender not biting on anything, keeping them in front, and that's the best way to defend Tyreek Hill. You must keep him in front of you, because we all know he's so dangerous in any single move, any misstep that you take, he's going to take advantage of. So they bring down Tyreek Hill. He gets a couple of yards. We go to 2nd and 3 from the 6-yard line. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they hand off the ball right up the middle, and they get absolutely nowhere. Well done to the Bengals defense, not allowing the run game. Then we get 3rd and 2 from the 5-yard line here. They score on this play. Patrick Mahomes stepping up in the pocket, buying time, rolling out. Look at all this. There it is. There he goes again, and somehow able to go all the way to the right. And once again, find Travis Kelce at the last moment there with a really solid pass that's out in front of him. So that's really how the Bengals just got scored upon. They couldn't get pressure on Patrick Mahomes to bring him down. They got pressure, couldn't bring him down, but they just let Patrick Mahomes extend the play. Matthew Stafford doesn't really do this. He made one great play, what was it, last week, where he had a nice little flick 2 weeks ago against the Bucks. But we're not getting this from Matthew Stafford. We're not getting the kind of 5 seconds in the pocket and then 3 seconds outside of the pocket, rolling out to the right, keeping plays extended for 8 to 10 seconds. That's not Matthew Stafford's game. So everything other than that, the Bengals were truly able to lock up the run game, every other passes. They were not letting you get inside that red zone. But like I said again, time beats all. You get 10 seconds, a play is going to be made. Somebody's going to get open. It's hard to cover corner safeties for 10 straight seconds. That's why, everybody loves pressuring the quarterback. That's why a lot of people value the edge rusher as kind of like the third most important piece. Quarterback 1, left tackle number 2, and then edge rusher kind of number 3 of the order of what you truly need to build around a team. So you can't pressure Patrick Mahomes. He's got it all day. He's going to make a play. Money Mahomes, Magic Mahomes, whatever you want to call him. He's got those nicknames for a reason, folks. And let's watch touchdown number 3 right here. Let's watch. What do we got here? Let's watch this 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 from the 15. Let's see how they kind of picked up the first down, and then on the very next play they do score the touchdown. So here we go. 3rd and 1 from the 15-yard line. Patrick Mahomes under center. Looks like they're gonna run it. They fake it. Bengals, they're covering everything really well here, but we get one player just kind of escaping out to the flat to the left there. What is that? Travis Kelce looks like. Travis Kelce somehow able to get open here on the fake run. And the Bengals just kind of lost it for a second there. But overall, 3rd and 1, able to clamp up on 3 other downs. And once again, this was a longer play, a little bit of a longer play to set up. Option number 1 wasn't there. Has to come back to the second option. And this defender is just a little giving Travis Kelce a little bit too much room out there. But it's 3rd and 1. You don't want to give up the score. Got to play the first down as well. Overall, Travis Kelce able to slip by. All right, and then the touchdown play coming on the very next play. Let's see how they give up this touchdown. We get 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Patrick Mahomes once again under center. They play action again, and this is just wide open. The motion man, who's this? Pringle coming out of the backfield. Motion, nobody's covering him, and this is just way too easy right there. That's textbook play by the Chiefs. Pre-action, pre-snap motion. You get a wide open receiver in the flat. That's just too easy. So Bengals, a little bit of a slip up there, and they get down 21-3 because of this. Alrighty, now let's move on to this play right here. The last play right before halftime where they saved any points scored. And once again, not giving up any easy points. And once again, we're going to talk about this when we get to the last drive where, everybody's saying, oh, just let the Chiefs score a touchdown. Absolutely wild to say. But the Bengals making it tough for the Chiefs. Chiefs scoring 3 straight touchdowns on the first 3 drives. Yes, but, beefing up in the red zone, not making it easy on them, making them go 3rd down and then pick up the first down and then score, making them kind of go to the 3rd down to eventually score the ball on 3rd and 1 or whatever it was, scoring on 3rd down, not really letting the first down drive, the first down play or the second down play, eating it up, making the Chiefs make the right play, call the right play, execute to pure perfection to beat this Bengals defense. It's tough to lock up in the red zone from the 5, from the 10, all that. So even getting kind of like 2 back-to-back stops, we still can give a team credit for that, even though they do get scored upon at the end of the day. It's tough to lock up for 4 straight downs. That was kind of how the Bengals won the game, the first time they faced the Chiefs in the regular season. Bengals really shouldn't have won that game, but, the Chiefs defense was locking it up from the 5-yard line like 5 straight plays, but the penalties kept giving the Bengals a new set of downs, a new set of downs, a new set of downs. So the Bengals ended up scoring and won the game, not because of a touchdown, but because of a field goal, because the Chiefs kept committing a penalty and all that. The Bengals went for it on 4th down. Didn't get it, but the penalty extends it and all that. So the Chiefs truly locked up 9 straight times, but because they not locked up 9 straight times and they gave up that one game-winning field goal because there was no more time left, that was the only option to kick the field goal. We should still be praising that Chiefs defense because of that. So we get that a little bit in turn, not to the extreme of what we saw in Week 17, but to that effect. Alrighty, and then here we go. The last play right before halftime. Let's watch this. Once again, Bengals not making it easy on them. Going down to the last play, the last second, and the Chiefs getting a little bit greedy here, being a little aggressive, saying, hey, we're only going to go for the touchdown here. We're really not interested in a field goal and all that. So here we go. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. 9 seconds left, no timeouts, and Patrick Mahomes sliding to the left, and that is just really well covered. This is the play before the end, before the last play. So 2 straight plays here, 9 seconds left from the 1-yard line. Patrick Mahomes rolling out to the left. Look at that. I mean, everything is truly locked up here. Everything is double teamed. Nothing is open. And Patrick Mahomes tries to force something, and that's incomplete. Not giving it up on the 1-yard line. I mean, you get 5 more seconds to halftime. You can take your break. You can take your rest. But this Bengals defense says, there's still time on the clock. So we're going hard, folks. And here it is, last play, 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, 5 seconds left, Chiefs no timeouts. Can the Bengals lock up one more time? Here it is, pre-snap motion. We get Tyreek Hill out into the flats. Everything else over the middle of the field is very well covered. They force the ball out of to Tyreek Hill in the flats with no timeouts. He doesn't go out of bounds. And then once again, Eli Apple coming up and making an extraordinary stop right there in the open field against Tyreek Hill. Give Eli Apple the credit he deserves. Yes, he got burned in the past, but you get better, and it's tough to be a shutdown corner for multiple plays in a row, for multiple seasons in a row, folks. That's why Richard Sherman was an outlier. He had 4 great years, and then when he moved, he was never the same. Going back to Josh Norman, he was the number 1 corner for 1 year, and now he's getting stiff-armed into oblivion by Derrick Henry. So the corners have one of the toughest jobs on the football field. So saying, this corner got burned here a couple of times when he was with the Saints or when he was with the Giants. He got burned. He's not a good corner. Well, fit is everything, scheme is everything, and now he's playing at his absolute best here when it matters, getting and leading and helping his team get to a Super Bowl. He made the game-sealing play against the Titans, folks. It wasn't Joe Burrow making the game-winning play or anything like that. It was Eli Apple getting it done. He deserves, not, greatest corner in the league award, but solid, winnable, making winning plays. I don't care if you give up, get burned here, there, a couple of times in the game, but if you can lock up in the red zone, not get burned when it truly matters, when the game's on the line, and you're making game-winning, game-saving plays and all like that, you're going to be positive in my book, and will definitely kind of, hold you to a higher standard, being like, hey, this guy's the real deal. So, and even Eli Apple talking all that junk all week and backing it up. Calling out all the fans of the Saints and the Giants, being like, y'all fan base is trash, and the Saints food, New Orleans food is trash, and all that. Those are fighting words in New Orleans. And what happened? He went out here on the road, AFC Championship game, and backed up every single word he was saying. You got to give respect to that. We have no problem with people talking their stuff, talking their shit. I've got no problem with it. It just, you must know that there comes added, extra, unnecessary pressure with that. You have to go up and live to that standard. Then you have everybody waiting for you to fail to be like, you just had all this to say, and then you give this performance. So that's all talking your shit does, is just put unnecessary pressure on you. But hey, if you can handle it and you want it, I've got no problem with you doing it. And that's what Eli Apple has done. So we gotta respect Eli Apple, folks, honestly. You can have your fun, the clowning them, memeing them, okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, the man is making big old plays in big old games. And what else do you play for, folks? To win the game, to win the championship. Eli Apple's getting it done. All right, so that was how they got kind of scored upon in the first half. Now, let's kind of see what they were doing, how they locked up on the big plays in the second half of why the Chiefs really couldn't do anything at all. These are their drive charts for the rest of the second half, folks. The Chiefs, first drive out of halftime, 7 plays, 16 yards, half the punt. Second drive, 6 plays, 17 yards, half the punt. Third drive, 3 plays, 7 yards, and in an interception. Fourth drive, 5 plays, -2 yards, half the punt. Next drive, 4 plays, -4 yards, half the punt. And then finally, the last drive for the Chiefs, 15 plays, 49 yards, 6 minutes, finally getting it going, but taking to the very last second where Mahomes can make a little bit of magic like we know time and time again, a la the AFC Championship game. And they go down and get a field goal, but get locked up. They can't get the touchdown. And then in the overtime drive, 4 plays, no yards, interception, game-winning drive offensively for the Bengals ensues after that. So Bengals were giving up nothing to the Chiefs, absolutely nothing to the Chiefs, where they were giving up 84-yard touchdown drive, 75-yard touchdown drive, 67-yard touchdown drive, 66-yard that ended right before halftime. So they were kind of getting a little obliterated in the first half, but they made the adjustments, and that's the biggest kind of green flag for this Bengals team. It's not like we've only seen it once, folks. We've seen it twice against this Chiefs team. This is big time green flag, and the Vegas wants to make them plus 4.5 underdogs. Come on, they get down 50-0. I still love the plus 4.5. They will get it done and lock it up defensively, not allow the Rams to do anything in the second half, and Joe Burrow goes clutch mode, puts up 51 points and gets the win. So, man, oh man, that's a little disrespectful by Vegas there, folks. Once again, I'm loving that value right off the top, folks, man. Alrighty, let's watch this defense. How were they doing it? How did they lock them up? Let's start here. First drive, we're going to watch 2nd and 6, incomplete. 3rd and 6, pass incomplete. Were they locking it up, or were the Chiefs just not making the play? So just kind of right off the rip, we get kind of 2 safeties here. We get this kind of corner shifting inside here, spying inside and looking at it. And we're going to kind of see this a little bit here. The Chiefs probably should have ran the ball a little bit more in the second half. You get all these defenders playing back, playing into the pass and how to shut down the pass. So Chiefs probably should have ran the ball a little bit more. And we know kind of running for some reason is like a sin in the NFL. You run like, if you don't run the ball or if you run the ball like under 10 times, like people try to like murder you for it. Like once again, going to the Bills Patriots game where they could only run the ball. The Bills could only run the ball for like 3 times the game. That was pass. They passed the ball 3 times a game. What was my point? It's there, folks. Right, like you get crucified for running the ball. That's what it is. When you run the ball too much, you get crucified for it. And that's what the Patriots did. They only threw the ball 3 times. They ran the ball for the rest. And everybody was like going after the Patriots. Even though they won, they were like, you can't do that. And the next time they face the Bills, they better not do that. You can't just run the ball. You can't, like, what? You can. You win the game when you do that. You can do that. Watch Derrick Henry. You can primarily run the ball. So, these coaches that love to pass the ball, fall in love with the pass, I don't know if this is the best look to throw against. Let's run the ball a little bit more. You get like one linebacker, you get one of your offensive linemen getting up to that second level. I mean, you rely on your running back for like 10 yards of free open space right in the middle of the field. Make a play. It's going to go big. We tie that back in because, once again, we have to watch Sean McVay, and that's the NFC film study we're going to watch. Sean McVay's play calling, Sean McVay wanting to get Matthew Stafford kind of all the credit. We could truly get a situation where this Super Bowl coming up, Bengals and Rams, is going to play out exactly like Seahawks Patriots number 2. Our Seahawks Super Bowl number 2 with Russell Wilson, where they throw the ball on the 1-yard line. Like, this is potential, folks, and that's something we truly have to kind of keep in mind Sean McVay wanting to give Matthew Stafford credit for the win. Nothing else. No receiver. They don't want to give the receiver the help, so they go to every receiver. They rarely run the ball with Sony Michel or Cam Akers. They just want to give Matthew Stafford the recognition. Matthew Stafford passed his way, through his way to a Super Bowl win, made the game-winning throw, made the game-winning pass here. And if this Bengals defense can lock up the Chiefs passing game, the Rams passing game is good, but is it any better than the Chiefs? I would say at max it's on the same level, and if the Bengals team can lock it up 2 times proven, the Rams may have to kind of run the ball, switch it up, and not rely on Matthew Stafford. So I would keep that in mind, folks. If you want to bet the Rams and all that, I would keep that in the back of your head of, hey, Sean McVay may blow the game, forcing Matthew Stafford to be the hero. And, we've got examples of that before, folks, of different coaches doing that. Sean McVay not truly calling the right play at the right time, forcing OBJ the ball twice. We've seen that twice now, and that's why we have to truly watch the film study, because we got it again in that game. Matthew Stafford taking a deep shot that should have been picked off. So keep that in the back of your mind, but we'll get into that a little bit more on tomorrow's show when we watch the NFC film study. Alrighty, back to the Bengals defense. Here we go. So Chiefs don't throw the ball here. They go 5 wide. And here we go. Let's just take it kind of frame by frame, second by second. I mean, all these receivers are locked up over the middle of the field. We've got double covered. We got single coverage everywhere else, but it's so locked up. And we've got kind of 2 free linebackers playing kind of everything coming back. They go and pressure Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes has to make a absolute money throw, and the receiver just can't hold on to it because the defender is right on top of him. And that's the only way you can really beat this Chiefs team, locking up so tight on the receivers that Patrick Mahomes has to make the perfect pass and the receivers have to make a spectacular catch. And, we've seen this Chiefs receivers flounder at some points in the season, right when they were kind of at their lowest point this season where everyone was writing them off and all that. It was because the Chiefs were having turnovers because the receivers couldn't catch the ball, bobbling the ball that turned into interceptions. That was really the only time they had no success this season, was when the receivers weren't really catching the ball, and the Bengals defense were absolutely clamping up. That's fantastic. That was 2nd and 6. Now we get 3rd and 6. They lock up again. They get a running back here. And once again, the entire middle of the field is wide open. These safeties are 15 yards deep. We get 2 linebackers kind of threatening to blitz up here. But once again, you get up to the second level, you get broad daylight. So I know running on 3rd and 6 is obviously not the best player, maybe even the smartest choice, but maybe pick up 3, 4, 5 yards and then go forward on 4th and 1. I know you'd only be at like your own 42-yard line and all that, but we've seen this Chiefs team be aggressive, and getting 1 yard is easy peasy for them, for the most part, historically and all that. So potentially probably should have ran the ball right here, but let's see how it plays out defensively. So here we go. They end up kind of just spying. They get up right to the linemen. These 2 linebackers that were kind of threatening to blitz, they're just kind of playing the passing game a little bit, watching Patrick Mahomes' eyes. Everything else is locked up in the middle of the field, and then we just get Patrick Mahomes having to make an absolute great pass, with Travis Kelce making an absolutely a spectacular catch. And then we get number 33 out here. Trey Flowers, just defense all over him, making it hard for Travis Kelce to catch the ball, locking up Travis Kelce, locking up Tyreek Hill. I mean, you can lock up speed and you can lock up beef. I mean, that's what the Rams are. The Rams got OBJ for some speed, Cooper Kupp with some speed. And if you could lock up Tyreek Hill, I would say you would be able to lock up those 2 receivers as well. And then you get Tyler Higbee, who's the beef, but they don't utilize him as much as the Chiefs utilize Travis Kelce. So, I mean, if you were able to lock up Kelce this entire game, I think they'd be able to, be fine against Tyler Higbee. So that was drive 1, just locking it up, forcing them to make perfect 100% perfect plays right there, and they couldn't, and that's why they have to punt the ball. Then here we go, the following drive, 2nd and 6, pass incomplete, 3rd and 6, pass incomplete, getting the same look right here. So let's watch these 2 plays and see how this drive ended. Here we go, once again, empty backfield for the Chiefs. That's probably where they went wrong, and I know hindsight's always 20/20, folks, so Chiefs probably would have, like to run the ball a little bit more, had the big lead, just need to kind of chew up the rest of the game in the second half, and they maybe just kind of, once again, had a little bit too much confidence in Patrick Mahomes because they've seen him be magical so many times, and honestly I would have bet on Patrick Mahomes to throw his way out of this little slump that they were in, throw their way to a win, absolutely. I've got no problem with them betting on that, but, hindsight, probably wanting it back, probably run the ball a little bit more. But here we go. We get Patrick Mahomes, solid 3 seconds in the pocket. Everything is clamped up here, folks. Clamped up, and they have an extra kind of free linebacker to go up and pressure Patrick Mahomes, a little bit of a spy on him, force him to make a little bit of a throw early. Once again, getting the pressure on Patrick Mahomes, not letting him throw and have 10 seconds to him. And he just has to throw that one out of bounds on 2nd and 6. Brings up 3rd and 6. Here we go. Now they bring the back in the backfield. Why are we bringing the back in the backfield on 3rd and 6? Why are we having 5 wide on 2nd and 6? Have 5 wide on 3rd and 6 so you can still threaten the run on 2nd and 6 so you can pick up a little extra yards, get the defense a little kind of out of rhythm, out of balance there. So, yeah, the play calling by the Chiefs, I don't know if it's the best overall just by the looks itself, the play packages themselves. I don't know if this is the best decision. But let's focus back in this Bengals defense. Here we go. Patrick Mahomes. 1 second, folks. Let's take this. Here we go. 1 second. Hello? Okay, copy. Alrighty, we are back. Okay. So once again, the Bengals defense clamping up everybody. Look, there is no separation really anywhere in the field. And Patrick Mahomes, once again, has to make a magnificent throw right here on the edge. And I believe that's Mecole Hardman. And once again, we get a defender of the Bengals. I believe this is number 35. I got, number 21 right here. We got number 21. We've got Mike Hilton right here, and that's just an absolute lockup. All these corners getting it done, folks. Truly, Eli Apple, Mike Hinton, Trey Flowers, they're all getting it done, folks. It's not just one player, and they're locking up some of the greatest receivers that there are, folks. Then we get the interception. Let's watch how this interception goes down because the linemen are getting into the game now. So here we go, 2nd and 3. Chiefs, I don't even know what the hell this play was, honestly. It was trying to be like a setup screen, but I mean, all the linemen are blocking downfield, so even if it was a completion, they probably throw a flag for an ineligible man down the field, and the Bengals covered it perfectly. The defensive lineman gets his hands up. Patrick Mahomes was really throwing to nobody. We'll get a better look from the back angle right here to truly see how this play broke down. But once again, the play calling for the Chiefs here, a little questionable, just trying to be a little bit too tricky right here. Just a setup screen. Bengals, I mean, this is blocked all day. This is covered all day. Patrick Mahomes tries to kind of fit it in there, force it in there, and the big man right there, number 92, comes up big with the interception. Big beef interception, folks. B.J. Hill with the interception on Patrick Mahomes. Leads to 7 points by the Bengals. Let's shout out the Bengals offense here. Let's watch this touchdown pass on 3rd and goal, shall we? Let's give Joe Burrow and this offense some love right here. Taking advantage of the other team's mistakes is crucial in winning. And look at that. You throw up the one-on-one ball to Jamar Chase. I mean, that's just how easy it is. The LSU connection, folks, it's invaluable. We even saw it with Tua and Jalen Waddle. The Alabama connection. Having that kind of quarterback, wide receiver rhythm from college, getting that to the NFL, folks. I mean, that's probably the new wave, honestly. Teams should be looking for this even more, because we've seen how fantastic and successful that has been. So just that one-on-one matchup right there, giving it to Jamar Chase. Love it. All right, then off the interception drive right here, we get 1st and 10, 2nd and 10 for only 7 yards, and then a 3rd and 3 sack. So let's watch these 3 straight plays right here. And watch this Bengals defense absolutely lock it up for 3 straight plays, allowing no first down. Here we go on 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes, play action. Why not run it there? You set up another screen, and this is just incomplete. The receiver, he was going to get blasted at the 20-yard line anyway for a 5-yard loss, but it just goes incomplete. Once again, trying to shifty, trying to be too crafty out here, setting up all these screens and gadget plays that aren't working. Run the ball a little bit more. Make this kind of defense truly have to play the run and the pass, not just you passing and play actioning every single play, trying to set up a screen. But here we go, 2nd and 10. Motion the backfield out again. So once again, this is a pass play. They just let Travis Kelce get about 7 yards, but everything else deep, it's covered very well, and they come up and make the tackle. They'll give up 7 yards to get you in that kind of do or die down. It's 3rd and 3 now. Can the Bengals lock up one time? Let's see. We got trips to the right, and then they motion the running back out of the right. So once again, full on pass play on 3rd and 3. Everything is locked up. Big time jumble in the middle of the field. Nowhere to go. Patrick Mahomes, you could probably throw this wheel route at the bottom of the screen, but he's not even looking there. Patrick Mahomes having to step up in the pocket to buy more time. Patrick Mahomes rolling out to the right, and look at this. Defender stepping up, not even allowing Patrick Mahomes to run, so he has to kind of stay in the backfield. He can't pursue the run, just surveying the field, and then you get him reversing field, and that's where we get the sack, folks. How great. We had 15 seconds. That play was 15 seconds long, and that's how long this Bengals team were able to cover Tyreek Hill, the speedster, Travis Kelce, the beef, who can get open regardless of how well you cover him, and then Patrick Mahomes, who can escape out of every situation. They were able to cover for 15 seconds right there. That's going to win them the championship, folks. And do I dare declare right now, Bengals +4? I'm ready to call it, folks. We don't even have to talk about the Super Bowl for the next week and a half. It's Bengals +4.5, folks. I'm loving it. Man. All right, let's end it right here. I want to just watch the last 4 plays here. Last 4 plays. Let's take it right here. Ever since they got in the red zone, here we go. 2 minutes left, folks, and they're in the red zone. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Fresh set of downs, can get another first down, can chew out 2 minutes. Chiefs are down 3 points, and everybody on social media right here was calling for the Bengals to just let the Chiefs score the touchdown so Joe Burrow has the ball in his hands at the end of the game. How absolutely absurd is that? This Bengals team has gotten to this point because of the defense. The offense has been great. We're not knocking the offense, folks, but this defense locking it up at the end of the game, not allowing touchdowns, making teams settle for field goal when they get into the red zone and all that. The Bengals were winning games because of their red zone defense. And y'all, because the Bills defense sucks, y'all just wanted the Chiefs to score and let this Bengals team just let the Chiefs score. What is that? So let's end it here, finish it up here with this Chiefs team from 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line with 2 minutes left, and I think they had 2 timeouts. With 2 timeouts, they had the game in their hand, but the Bengals, they did never blink, folks. They never blunked in the face of adversity. We've been hearing it all year, folks. Joe Burrow saying, stop calling us underdogs. What are y'all disrespecting us out here for? We are the real deal. Have you not been watching me and Jamar Chase one-on-one matchups? Have you not been watching our red zone defense lock it up all year long? What are we doing? Did you not just see us week 17 only allowing the Chiefs 3 points in the second half? In newsflash, it's the second half of the AFC Championship game and the Chiefs have put up no points so far, and you just want us to let them walk in the end zone so Joe Burrow can have a chance to win the game? Stop it. Stop it. The most disrespectful thing I've seen this season were y'all doing it. And we've seen some real big disrespectful things this year, folks. Damn. I was a little disappointed in y'all. I was truly a little disappointed in y'all on Sunday during this game. Damn. But here we go. Bengals defense locking it up. Here we go. First play. Chiefs 5 wide right here. Now no back in the backfield. This is the Bengals can cover this. They've proven they were able to cover this the entire second half. And here they are doing the same thing. Patrick Mahomes, look at everything. Very well covered. You throw it out here. I believe that's Mecole Hardman in the flat. This corner's coming up and making the play. Potentially pick. Maybe can jump the route. But, I mean, everything else is locked up. Patrick Mahomes running out to the left. The Bengals trying to chase him down. And Patrick Mahomes gets inside the 10-yard line. Ooh, Patrick Mahomes gouges him for about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line. We get motion back out of the backfield again, folks. This does not fool the Bengals. This has not fooled the Bengals the entire second half. We've seen this multiple times already. And here we go. Patrick Mahomes having to run and take off because look at how well everything is covered. Oh my God, there is nowhere to go with the ball. Patrick Mahomes trying to be too fancy and too cute, and I truly think this was 100% the downfall of the Chiefs here because the coaches were kind of playing into that narrative of, hey, we have to kind of chew up all the clock here. We don't really want to score on the first play because we don't want Joe Burrow with the ball in his hands for this to be a shootout like last week. So I really think Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Patrick Mahomes, they all got in their own head of, oh my God, we have to kind of eat up the final 2 minutes here. We can't score too quick, but we also have to score at the same time. And I think that was their downfall. What y'all were saying, that's infectious. I'm sure the Chiefs were kind of thinking the same thing, especially in how, their last game against the Bills played out. The final 2 minutes, 25 points scored. Absolutely wild. So I think all that had a big old factor in this game with the Chiefs trying to get a little bit too cute. So we get Patrick Mahomes just running in the backfield, nowhere to go with the ball, ends up buying even more time. We're 15 seconds into this play, 16 seconds, and they bring Patrick Mahomes down. Let's see how many yards they officially gave him. They gave him 4 more yards, 3rd and 2 from the 7-yard line now. Empty backfield. Is that going to be a problem for the Bengals? Absolutely not. Oh, they actually do a little bit of a fake here, but they do the shovel fake right up the middle, and it's no good. Can we stop with that play of having kind of, motion in the backfield? You fake the motion, and then you have the tight end pull, and then you flick it to him like between the center and the guard. That play's done. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was so good that everybody copied it because everyone's doing this same play, but it doesn't work anymore, folks. We have to, once things kind of get truly out there, you have to move on. Always innovating, always changing your offense and schemes. You can fake the toss now that everybody's expecting, kind of the flick up the middle, so then you run to the outside now, but stop with the flick up the middle. The play is dead. It's been dead for this year. We've seen it so many times the last 2 years, every team doing it. Stop with that play, folks. Truly. I get so angry every time I see it. I'm like, it doesn't work. They picked up the first down, but it's 2 yards, barely. So here we go. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line now. So a new set of downs. The Bengals could just throw in the towel and be like, well, we've tried. They're going to score now. What are we going to do? They're going to score now. We have to guard 5 yards. We can't do that. Of course they can do that. Stop it, folks. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, they run the ball up the middle, and the Bengals aren't even fooled by it. So all the times that we were saying, oh, the Chiefs should run the ball, where the Bengals are like, it doesn't matter. Run, throw. We're covering everything. What are you, crazy? We're a defense. We're the best defense in the AFC. Absolutely. Potentially the best defense in the league, but we'll have to see that on Super Bowl Sunday when they face the NFC Rams. So here we go. Run play. No good. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Bengals, you got to do it again. Can they do it again? Let's see. Chiefs, play action. Nothing open. Look at that. And then they chase Patrick Mahomes down and sack him, folks. Get him down. And then it brings up 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, what do you got for us? Can you pull some Patty Mahomes magic here? Just dropping back. Everything so well covered. Look at this, folks. I mean, we got to shout out this Bengals defensive coordinator, folks. Let me get this Bengals defensive coordinator's name. He needs to be named, folks. This man is fantastic. Well done to watch the film. Coordinator Lou Anarumo, folks. Absolutely well done. Lou Anarumo, folks. The defensive coordinator for the Bengals. What an absolute brilliant performance here in the red zone. AFC Championship game. Patrick Mahomes, so much time to throw. We're working 15 seconds into the play, and then they bring him down at the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes just trying to get too cute, and that sets up the game-tying field goal. And let's watch the interception here in overtime. Let's end it on a really high note for this Bengals team. 3rd and 10 from the 25-yard line, so they weren't giving up yards, and they got bailed out by the interception. No. They weren't allowing the Chiefs to do anything. And that brings up 3rd and 10. Overtime, ball first for the Chiefs. Chiefs going deep, and great defense by number 30, hits the ball as soon as it gets to Tyreek Hill. In number 30, Jesse Bates with the tip that turns into an interception for number 24, Von Bell. So just well done, everybody on defense. Did we even call the same defensive name twice, folks? I don't think we did, because that's how deep and good they are defensively. It's everybody truly working together to get it done. And then once again, it doesn't matter about the coin toss in overtime, folks. If you have a good defense, the coin toss does not matter. The rule does not need to be changed, okay, folks? The overtime rule is fine. Tell your defense to lock up. If they're actually the number 1 defense in the league, they should be able to lock up. This Bengals defense locked up absolutely brilliantly, forced a turnover, and the rest is history, folks. Joe Burrow and this Bengals team heading to the Super Bowl. Bengals +4. I'm ready to lock it in now. I'm over it, folks. I've seen enough. I've truly seen enough. Bengals +4. Bengals on the money line. Yes. Ooh. I'm 99% there, folks. I'm 99% there. We won't lock anything in officially until probably next week, but I'm 99% there until I see something different.